Okay guys, so if you've been following along on my new channel, you have seen me do a bunch of body work. Today I had 70 Camaro. And I just wanted to come over to this channel and do a kind of a step-by-step on how you tackle a dent in your body panel and how you do the body work. Just the process of deciding what to do and how to do it, I guess. So it ain't going to be real in-depth here, but I just want to show you some of the basic steps on body work. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the dent you're working with. I'm just dealing with this tiny little dent here on this front end. If you have a larger dent, you're going to have a larger area that you're going to have to work with. So what you want to do is you want to feather out all your paint, usually 80 grit. The can on the body filler says 40 to 80 grit. So you want to just feather it out, give you enough area to work with, and spread your filler out far enough to achieve a flat panel. Now, if you can get behind the dent, that is ideal. You want to take a hammer and dolly and get behind that dent and kind of work it out. You want to use as little as body filler as possible to get this area flat. So if you can't get behind the dent, what you're going to have to use is a stud welder, and you're going to have to pull it out from the front. Like I said, you're not trying to pull it completely flat. You're not going to be able to do that, but you want to pull it up, like I said, to use as little as body filler as possible. So on this dent right here, I can't get behind it because there's a fold, and I'm never going to be able to get my hammer behind that to hit that. So I really can't do anything with that. It's shallow enough of a dent. I'm not going to use a stud. I'm not going to weld a stud on it and pull it out because it's just a very small dent. So I'm just going to put the filler over top of this. Okay, so once you have your dent pulled up or hammered and dollied out as good as you can get it, you need to decide what kind of filler you're going to be putting on your body damage. Now, if you've done some welding repair or rust repair and you have welds, you're going to want to use some short-haired fiberglass filler. That's stronger filler, and it's waterproof. So if you have pinholes in your welds, it's not going to suck up moisture, and it's not going to be ruined. So the short strand fiberglass, if you have done any kind of rust repair or welding, and also if you have, I guess if you're putting it on a high stress area or a bigger seam or something, you're going to want to use that filler because it is stronger. Now, if you just have a little dent like this, or it could be a little bigger than this, but if you just have a smaller size dent, you can go right for the regular filler. I use in Evercoats right now, and it really sands easy, spreads out easy, and really easy to work with. So with a dent like this, I'm going to go straight to that filler. Okay, once you got your area sanded with 80 grit, you're going to want to clean it up really good before you put the filler on there. Because if you leave that on there, your body filler ain't going to stick. Okay, so mixing up some filler. I am not going to need very much because this is a very small dent. You're going to want to mix up more than you need because you don't want to have to mix up another batch. Usually you want to do this in one round. A little bit of hardener there. And like I said, this is going to be a learning technique for you. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to be an expert at mixing this Bondo up the first time you do it. It's just something you're going to learn. You want to mix this up so it's one uniform color. I'm using red hardener, so it's going to be a pinkish color. Sometimes they send blue hardener, so you have a bluish color. You just want a nice uniform color. And you can't work with this too long because it's going to start getting hard on you. You need to get it on the body panel. Okay, so we're at the body panel here. You're going to take your spreader and you're going to spread it on the dent here. You're going to put it down, firm pressure. You want to push the filler onto the panel with some pressure, and that's really all I need for this. You're trying to build it up higher than the panel there so you can sand it down. You're going to have to wait 20-30 minutes or so for this to get hard, and we'll come back and we're going to start sanding it out. Okay, so once this has dried for 20-30 minutes, whatever it takes for this to get hard on you, you're going to want to start sanding this down. Sometimes I'll use my DA and 80 grit if it's a big area I'm working to kind of just knock it down before I use the blocks. Now, you're going to want to use the biggest block or the longest block you can for the area of your panel. What this is going to do is this is going to help you get this sanded out as flat as possible or as straight as possible. If you use a really short block, or say you use just your hand to sand it out, you're never going to achieve a flat surface with your hand or a softer block. I've been using these Durablocks, and these are awesome. I actually just got these. These are really awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sanding it down, and I'm going to feel it every so often and check my progress. If you can feel it with your hands, you're going to be able to see it in your paint. So let's get the sanding. Okay, for sanding, you want to sand in a crisscross motion. You want to sand like that. Then you're going to want to change it up, and you're going to want to go this way. That's important, especially when you have curved body panels, because this panel is not flat. This is a curved panel. Okay, while you're sanding this, what you're gonna notice is you're gonna have, your body filler is gonna start having milky ends. This is exactly what you want. You're getting close. When you got really abrupt edge that needs more sanding. This milkier edge over here, we're getting really close to being where we need to be. You gotta be careful you don't go too far and sand it all off, then you have nothing there. So I got it shaped out. I think I'm where I'm at or where I need to be. I'm gonna get 220 out. Okay, so I got my 220 on a smaller block. Just what I'm doing here is I'm kind of just smoothing it out. This is gonna give me a better idea of how smooth I actually have the surface, because with the 80 grit scratches, sometimes you don't feel as much as if you do with 220. And I think I got it. I cannot feel the dent. I don't feel any ridges on the body filler. When I run my hand across, it's just one smooth surface, it feels like. And this is what you're trying to achieve. This is ready for primer or and epoxy, whatever you want to put on it, whatever you're doing. So there you go, guys, kind of a rundown on how you approach body work if you're looking to do that. This is going to take time. This is a skill. This is not something like changing out a water pump where someone shows you how to do it on a video and then you can do it. This is a skill that needs to be practiced. You're not going to do your first dent and it's going to be perfect. Like I said, this is going to take practice. This is a skill you're going to have to develop. But you know, after a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, you should be able to do some body work and save yourself some money. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to keep going on Dad's Camaro. And I will see you guys in the next one.